Okay, everybody, it is me again. Yeah, you and me, we have to talk, people. I don't know where to start. A freak show again, especially if you're following the mainstream commentators. They are trying to downplay the bad economic news, and we got 3 rounds of bad economic news today. And, oh yeah, it's all just fine. Our economy is booming. You see, you can't know what's really going on. That's the truth here. But, well, we're going to put that into perspective here. We're going to understand what happened today in the market. And the best thing about it, we're going to know what to do to capitalize on it. That's exactly what we're going to do, people. All right, let's start off with, let's start off with the bad economic news today. 3 rounds of it. And again, the mainstream media, they're just trying to play it off as if it's nothing. But we're talking about real people here. With regard to this jobs number that we got today, another 206,000 people last week applying for first-time unemployment benefits. Well, if you were to turn on CNBC, Bloomberg, pick one, it's not so bad, even though that number missed the mark. The economists that were polled, oh yeah, they were expecting a lower number, about 195,000, but we got this 206,000, and they're trying to downplay that. I'm sure that if one of these people, one of these talking heads on these mainstream channels, well, if they just got laid off or fired, oh, we got to talk more about that. Something else is going on too. Anyway, we'll catch that in a second. But if it was one of these freaks, oh, they wouldn't think it was such a good thing now, would they? No. Now, with regard to other bad economic news, I had to write this stuff down. The market U.S. manufacturing PMI index just hit a 1-year low. Let me explain this to me, one of you out here. With indicators pointing towards things turning to shit and our economy in free fall, why is it that the propaganda ministry must lie to you at every chance they get and tell you how great everything is? Well, it gets worse. So the services PMI number also dropped to a 3-month low. I mean, do you need more proof? How much more proof do you need that our economy is cratering? What are they doing? What I've told you they would do, literally, people, since freaking time immemorial. They're going to try to convince you that what you are seeing is not real. And that's part of the illusion. And I don't know how many people are buying it. I know you're not. But anyway, that's the story on the economic news front. And with regard to the market today, so what happened? Something did happen, a couple of things, and I'm going to suggest something to you. Let's just look back toward yesterday. We had a big rally across the board. The major indices, really took off. After it was announced that the Fed was going to sincerely and seriously this time, they were going to start to fight inflation because they're going to taper now. They're really going to do it. And next year, oh yeah, we're going to get 3 rate hikes. Bullshit, and more bullshit. Dog shit wrapped in cat shit and bird shit altogether. This is not happening, and the market knows that. But there's a little fear here in the market. We're going to talk a moment. So, with regard to the market today, the NASDAQ took the biggest hit. I want to show you something. I write things down as they're happening. So, the tech sector, got hurt today, fell 2% or something. Apple fell about 4%. Microsoft fell about 3%. Look what I wrote next to these. Buy. Yeah. I would be buying these dips, people. I know that's what you're thinking. I have outlined this for all of you since time immemorial. It's not going to stop. We're going to buy the dips in the market. We're going to buy the dips in everything. Crude oil's rebounding. We're at $72 a barrel right now. Cryptocurrencies today. Bitcoin's still around 48,000. Still going much higher in my view. Are we going to see volatility there? We are. There's no doubt about it. Because that's how that space trades, very volatile. But if it drops, it's a buying opportunity. Precious metals, did you see silver today? Put on almost 4.5%. You got gold put on almost 2%. The dollar, the relative strength of the dollar, fell through a trap door today, people. Again, this is the proof that the market, or even the currency market, does not believe the Fed is going to do a damn thing. If the Federal Reserve were really to meaningfully taper or meaningfully raise rates here, meaningfully stop buying assets, well, what would you see? The dollar would go higher. The relative strength of the dollar would be higher. Duh! But no, it fell through the trap door and the dollar is in free fall. Again, it's not just the dollar, people. It's fiat currencies around the world are in free fall as their respective central bank literally melts the currency. That's what they are trying to do. They are deliberately in the business of creating inflation. And that's why I've been telling you for the longest time that we were going to get all of these phases of inflation. I told you when the first phase was going to come and it hit. I told you when the second phase was going to come and that hit. And I'm here to tell you right now we're going to get a third phase. The third phase of inflation that's going to hit us is going to make the last two look like a walk in the park. So be ready for a third wave or a third phase of inflation to hit us. People, are you catching what I told you this morning? How they're talking about peak inflation? We haven't even begun to peak with regard to inflation. But you see, you're not allowed to know that either. You know, I feel bad for anyone, I'll be honest, that pays one minute of attention to the dog shit that's being spread by the mainstream financial channels. It's all fake. All of it's fake. It's propaganda. And these people are sitting there reading a teleprompter. They're sitting there reading a script. That's what they're doing. I don't know. They're trying to brainwash people. Now, going back to this terrible jobs number, again, people, every single week, we're losing 200,000 or 300,000 jobs per week. Do the math, okay? Net, every month we are losing jobs. Now, it appears that employers are now offering jabs for jobs incentives again. Remember they were doing that? Now, you see, many people did in fact go out when they were told to, like the good citizens that they are, and got the first jab. Many got even the second jab, but a lot of people are saying, hold on a minute here. Now we have to get this booster because moronic is here. People are resisting. Okay, we're starting to see a little resistance here, but employers, okay, are starting to offer incentives for people to get the booster. Anyway, people, make this stuff up. I'll tell you something else these companies are doing too. And this is not widespread just yet. Check your own state. But some companies are reporting to the state who is not getting the jab and who is not getting the booster. Okay, so big government is watching you. And who knows what they have up their sleeve, people. It's pretty vile to me. Anyway, what else did I want to talk about with you? Blah, 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 blah. You know what? I wrote a few other things down here, but let's just kind of go with this a little bit. Let's go back to this market real quick. When I wrote here with regard to Apple, I'm going to show you this one more time because I just love it. Bye. See that? With regard to the tech sector, okay, tech got hit. To me, this is a massive buying opportunity. Not just with Apple and Microsoft here, okay? I like tech, and I believe that tech is going to go higher as the market does moving into next year. Look, is it possible that we get a Santa Claus rally, which I do believe is coming, and then we get a sell-off early in January? Of course it is. But we'll address that issue when we get there. But what I want to tell you here with regard to buying the dips here in tech and everything, go do yourself a favor right now. Okay. I want you to do this. In the description of this video, there is a link to the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator. Go click on that and you will see that it came down. What is that telling us? That risk in this market is dropping. So when you have all of these dynamics in play, when you realize what's going on, when you see, let's say, the NASDAQ fall 2%, big freaking deal. Like I said, the Dow and the S&P 500 are like 2% off of a new record high. We're going to get there by the end of the month, and we're going to surpass that. There's no doubt about it, at least in my mind. But when you have risk dropping in this market, there's a little bit of a fear trade here. What am I talking about? You got the yield curve came down a little bit, 10-year yield dropped a little bit, the dollar got decimated. Okay, generally in a real fear trade, you see the yield curve drop, 10-year yield fall, dollar spike. But the dollar is a dying asset. I've told you. So we got to look at this through a different set of lenses here, and we got to look for clues. This is definitely a little bit of a fear trade today. The NASDAQ got hit off of that fear trade today, and that tells me it's time to buy. It's really that simple, people. With regard to other assets too, gold and silver, look, they put on some nice gains here. Is it possible that they're going to get hit? Probably. With public enemy number 2, JP Morgan out here. Public enemy number 1 is the Fed. Maybe public enemy public enemy number 1 for precious metals is JP Morgan, because everyone knows, and I mean everybody knows, it's JP Morgan that's rigging the market, and they do it over and over and over. They get caught over and over and over, and all they get is a fine over and over and over. It's not going to stop until there are arrests, but there will not be arrests. What happened? Okay, just be ready, or not ready, or pissed off, or whatever you want to do. Anyway, people, look, I'm going to end this video here. Lots of important stuff in this video. Please do comment here. I will read the comments. I usually read all the comments. I try to go through them. I write back to some. I can't write back to all. I do apologize for that. Even my email box, there's no way. But anyway, please share this stuff. Get it out there. I want to hear from you. And, well, that's it. See you in the morning.